Bro, I don't think people understand how goated that nigga was, bro. He was my favorite character, bro. Even though he was always on his period.
It was,
bro. You can't tell me, bro. This man was always like fighting the darkness.
No,
like fighting the darkness.
Yeah, this is the thing that the prequel fans get because like, listen, I love the prequels. They were my childhood, but I'll admit the dialogue, the shit that Anakin said, it's like something out of like a Shakespearean play.
Yes, bro.
Legitimately.
I'm.
Emperor Palpatine.
Emperor. General.
He's got a bunch of names.
He's had a bunch of names. He literally went from general to chancellor to emperor.
Yeah. It's all.
He's still a bitch. I suspected him from the beginning. I swear, when I was a kid, I'm like, he looked evil.
Yeah, no, dude, I was the same way because I saw the OGs first.
Yeah.
And then I went back to see the prequels because obviously I was not even born when the first movie and the prequels came out. I was born in 2000. It came out a year before that, 99. Mm-hmm. And so going back to rewatch it, like I remember so weird. It's like the quality of these films looks so different. Like I was like, but this is supposedly older. Like I didn't have I was a kid. I didn't have these concepts. Like all right, like these were naturally older films, or the prequels were newer films.
Right.
But like. From the beginning, you could just tell because when he had the hood on, Palpatine had the hood on, you could see like this part of his face on.
Yeah.
But you could see it was the same actor who was doing Palpatine in the OGs when he was like, all that. So,
That's all
so I just the physical nature of him was just easy to catch already. Like there's something on it.
Alright. Who is your favorite DC or Marvel? Let me just do that.
Yeah. Well, I could actually explain both. But for Marvel, Hulk.
That's classic. That's classic.
Yeah. Before Marvel was bankrupt.
Wait. Are you talking about Hulk like 2006 Hulk?
2008 Hulk.
Okay. I'm about to say the like Incredible Hulk.
The Incredible Hulk, yes.
Or Hulk.
No, the Hulk.
The Hulk. Cause
I know what you're gonna say.
That was some shit.
I knew it was coming. Any Hulk fan's gonna hear that. I know.
That was some shit.
Yeah. No, it was, dude. But it was also revolutionary at the time because the way they filmed it was like comics.
Yeah.
Like the way they transition scenes was like comics. Like you're here in a frame and then it goes down like when you're reading a comic. But it looked wonky. This is like early 2000s. We weren't there yet. So, but it worked for the time. Obviously, it gets a lot of hate now, but
because we look back at it just like we look back at Green Lantern.
Yeah.
Exactly. See, you see the reaction you just had. Hell no, you can't get out of that one.
Bro, why do you think Ryan Reynolds made so much in jokes about it in Deadpool?
Literally,
he's self-aware about it.
He does not give up. And as a kid, genuinely, I thought the movie was good. And then I went back and watched it. I was like, what the fuck is this? Why?
Yeah, you gotta take the nostalgia glasses off to really dissect it as a film. It's like what am I watching here?
But I mean, like, all the Iron Mans were good. To me, all of them were good.
It was for me. It was B tier.
2
trilogy.
was the best. 2 was the best.
I still go with the first one. But I think it's just too. They introduced a lot of characters in it.
Yeah. They did.
I feel like Whiplash in that movie was a little underutilized.
I did feel that way too. There's a lot of characters I felt like they killed off hella quick in the MCU.
Yeah.
Like, made no use of them at all. Because there's so many characters in the MCU, people are like, bro, where are these characters at? Because we know these niggas live in the same city as some of these motherfuckers. So, where they at?
Doctor Strange, Spider-Man, they're both in New York.
Like, and it took, like, and now they're bringing in Venom, and, and I don't know when the next Spider-Man movie was going to come out, and the actual next Spider-Man, not Spider-Verse. I got to go watch that.
The next one, I think it's in production right now.
So, it'll be Venom and Spider-Man again. And they might, I hope, it'd be cool if they introduce anti-Venom.
Yes, with Flash.
Bro, Anti-Venom and Flash. No, wait, not Flash. But
No. Flash Thompson.
Flash Thompson.
He's the bully. Well, because in the comics, there's a variation where he becomes the Venom.
Oh yeah, I know what you're
Venom.
talking about.
Yeah.
I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because he was a good Venom. He was the cool Venom.
Yeah.
Let me put it like that.
And actually, in the old, I don't know if you remember the show. It was the Ultimate Spider-Man. It was after they canceled Spectacular Spider-Man.
I actually liked that show. I actually did like that.
Yeah. He's like what we see now with the Venom movies, where he's like the comedic, like more light-sided character. Because that's kind of like what they're doing right now with Venom. I don't know if you've seen the movies.
Yeah, I did. I saw both.
It's not like he's an anti-hero.
Yeah. And that's, I feel like that's what Venom should be. And him fighting Spider-Man on occasion, because he's doing some shit he probably shouldn't be, okay, that's cool. But making him a full-on villain, because at one point, you remember in Spider-Man, they made him a full-on villain.
Yeah, when he first came out, he was a full-on villain.
And it was like, yeah, that's how the symbiote works, but no.
It's actually crazy to think about that, at least in the comics with Venom, there's so many symbiotes of Venom. Oh. It's literally its own Avengers Secret Wars. The amount of like symbiotes that are out there.
If you guys watched Venom, the second one, the spoilers coming. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Spoiler! Leave the little thing at the bottom.
Trigger warning! Spoiler alert!
Oh, trigger warning sounds nice for that. Actually.
Listen, guys. The red one.
Carnage,
bro. They let him get away. Carnage in the comics.
Oh man. If you guys thought Carnage was brutal in that movie, there's nothing compared to that. Like, the man was a serial killer. Like, literally, he was a serial killer. Like he was like, he got the symbiote from Eddie. I think, well, in the movies, he was like a photographer. It's kind of similar to comics. They, tweak, because, they kind of tweak things around. But it just, like, whatever the symbiote had, like, it attracts with, like, the person, how the person is. So, like, let's say maybe Peter, he'd be less of that evil presence. Yeah. But since it was attached to, I forget his name, the actual guy that becomes Carnage, he was already a serial killer. The guy was insane.
He was literally.
So imagine that, like, Venom beefed up like 10 times more. It's like they scale him down in the movies, but in the comics.
And Venom, Anti-Venom, and then the other Venoms.
Yeah.
Versus the other Venoms.
Literally, there's a whole Venomverse out there.
Venom, Anti-Venom, Spider-Man versus the other Venoms.
Yes.
That would be a hard-ass movie. That would be a hard-ass movie.
Dude, that's what the fans been wanting. We want a Spider-Man v Venom movie. That's all we want. Batman v Superman. I know that movie didn't do as well, but,
That shit was so ass, because in reality, people are like, oh yeah, Superman would just, laser Spider-Man, freeze him. No, I think you guys don't realize how deadly this nigga Batman really is. Like, he literally has a whole arsenal just in case all of the superheroes go evil. Yep. Everybody, Martian Man, Flash, Electro, not Electro, but the black,
which one?
Static Shock.
Oh, Static Shock. That's my buddy's best friend. Shout out to Dante out there.
Static Shock, like every superhero, he has a countermeasure for it. Wonder Woman, like literally. He does not give a fuck. He even has one for himself.
He's the equivalent. He's the equivalent of what Iron Man is. He's that billionaire who funds the rest of the heroes.
Yeah.
And that's what he did in the comics. That's what he funded. That's how he was the one who funded the Avengers in the comics.
Because if the DCU could do what the MCU is doing right now, they would make so much money. But I don't know what the fuck DC is doing right now. They're coming out with a Blue Beetle movie.
Yes. Duh. The trailer looks hype for that movie. Honestly, I've heard some pre-reviews on The Flash that's coming out. Mm-hmm. He's going back to the question before, he is my favorite DC hero, Flash. Oh. Specifically Wally West, not Barry Allen.
So Hulk and Flash. Okay.
Yeah. Weird mix of two. But it's different because 3 different Flashes up to this point. There's been Barry Allen, Wally West, and there's also Kid Flash. But Wally West was the first, like...
They killed my nigga Wally.
They did him dirty. I'm actually reading...
They turned him black and then killed him. Literally.
No, but...
Am I wrong?
Yeah, because here in the comics with they had a storyline where they kind of... There was a point in time where they kind of, like, transitioned. They were wanting to change things with characters and make it canon, but they wanted a way to retcon it in a way that made sense. And so what they did is they had a Flash storyline with where they basically reset everything, like the storylines, everything. It was reset, and then they used Wally West to kind of like go back to that time before the reset and bring back Barry, because Barry was dead at that point.
Yeah.
So that's just...
Yeah.
I think I explained it one time to him, but that's just kind of a gist, because I love the Flash. I love the suit.
The Flash. I'm more of a Blue Beetle and Captain Atom type of guy.
I love Blue Beetle. The thing, it's weird, because I'm not too well versed with Blue Beetle comics, but my friend did tell me that, shout out to Sam.
Blue Beetle is the shit, bro.
Yeah, it's weird because, like, in, like, team-up comics, he's great, but people seem to not like him on his own, like, on, like, Run of Comics, because, according to my friend, he didn't sell that much on his own comics, having his own. Not really sure, it's just... I don't know, I guess just the fandom isn't really there for that as compared to the other ones.
Because Blue Beetle is, you know, one of the few ethnic characters we have.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes.
So we have to support our brother. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But besides that, it's like his personality. Yeah. I matched his personality.
Jaime Reyes.
How energized he always is, how hype he always was, and how he literally would be joking people while fighting.
Bro, you were a spitting image of Blue. If anything, I would have cast you to be.
Hey, I'm gonna be Blue Beetle with. You know, I'm gonna dye my dress.
Oh, DZ is Blue Beetle.
I'm gonna dye my. You know what? Halloween.
Sony. Or not Sony.
Who's
the one that? Yeah. That's a good question. Whoever does.
Sign me. I'll be Blue Beetle right now. I'll take whoever you got for Blue Beetle right now. Spot.
Yeah.
But, hey guys, thank you for joining us today, Mr.
Pleasure,
Drew.
Had a good time here.
We had a great time. I had a fun time, and I'm definitely gonna bring you back because he says he has a friend who is a little bit more experienced, you know, and well versed. So
yes.
So
I know like surface level stuff. There's some things where I'll like really dig into it. But he will really tell you the facts straight, like this happened in this comic and this comic. And if you guys are Batman fans out there, he knows the whole Bat family. So if you guys want to watch that,
so shout out to him.
Salvatore Caprata, Sam Caprata.
You have an IG, sir? You want to shout out to
I do. It's Andrew Torres _blah. It's long. I apologize. I'm sure
it'll be right.
It'll show up.
It'll be right. Yeah. It'll be a description too.
Yeah.
Like I was saying, man, I appreciate you for joining us. We'll talk more comic talk, more game talk.
Yeah,
because this was all a bunch of fun.
Yeah, this what you're watching isn't even half what we've been actually talking about outside the camera. Like, there's a lot of things to go into.
So I hope you guys enjoy. And hey, it's your host ODZ, Palm Beach. You know we back, and you know, hey, shit. I'm gonna cut that. I'm gonna cut that. Hey, Palm Beach, but you know it's your host, ODZ. We'll see y'all in the next one. And hey, thank y'all for joining us for this banger of an episode. Woo, woo. And we'll see y'all in the next one. Subscribe, like, share, and comment your favorite comic,
please,
your favorite game, and your favorite character. And then comment something that you guys want to see in the next episode. Latest.
Peace.